Hello everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Today it was actually raining, it's become a beautiful day and we're recording from my four-season porch. I just thought, and I just set up everything and the sun came on and I was like, perfect, you know what, I'm just going to record in here. So I hope you guys enjoy this new set. So anyways, we're going to be making Monthar today, which is going to be in English. I have a video in Gujarati, which is my mother tongue language, and I've had a lot of people request the one in English. So very easy recipe, and I have to take the time to thank Sister Parveen Rashid for this recipe because it's just absolutely easy and amazing. The taste just comes out amazing. Very few ingredients. Now I'm making double the batch, so you guys will be seeing a recipe on the right hand side, on this side of the screen, and if you go under the description you'll find the ingredients and the method in the description too. So I'll be using double the recipe. Again, I just want to emphasize, so when you guys are doing the single recipe, which is going to be the single serving, it will fit a 9 by 13 inch pan. I wish I had another 9 by 13 inch pan. I don't, so mine's going to be a little thick because I'm going to do another one in here. So let's quickly get started. Going through the ingredients here, I've got ghee, which is going to start melting. Got my stove started and I've got my ghee melting here. Here I have chana flour or chickpea flour, and what you want to do with this is you want to take about 2 tablespoons of milk or heavy cream or whatever you have it, just pour it in there and just mix it so you kind of have these it's gonna form into these little tiny balls, and so when you eat the Monthar you're gonna feel pieces of Monthar inside, like little bits and pieces. It's just a texture thing. Now, if you don't want to do that and you just want to use just the chana flour and you don't care for the texture, then you don't have to do that. And I've made 2 types. I've made one where I actually forgot to do that step, and I didn't really mind it, but I actually like the one with the more texture in there. So it's really up to you how you guys want to do this. And then I have condensed milk here that we're going to be adding in there. And then I have some ground nutmeg and I have some fresh ground ilachi or cardamom powder. So this is a very simple recipe. So if you look in here, we have our ghee that is melted. So to this ghee, now before I forget, if you don't want to use ghee, and I know there's a lot of people who don't have ghee, or I actually make my ghee myself. I have a video on it if you guys want to check it out. It's very easy. So, but I know there's a lot of people that just don't have ghee in the house. And if you want, substitute it for the same amount of unsalted butter. So, there you go. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and add all the ground flour. Into the ghee, just like that. And basically now what it comes down to is we're just going to be cooking this on a medium flame until the color completely changes from this orange to like a reddish brown. And that was, that's going to take a good 15 minutes. So you have to be patient with it. You can't really leave it and start doing other stuff because it can burn very easily. So when we come back after 15 minutes, I am going to show you the difference. In fact, I might come back after 7 minutes and show you half of where we're at, and then after another 7 minutes, then you'll see the complete change in color. So just make a note of the color right now. And then we will have this really amazing aroma that's gonna come out from this, and you just want to keep on stirring it now and then and let it cook really well. Now whenever you're making mithaii, Also, keep in mind that the weather, the humidity plays a big role in it. Believe me or not, when I made this in winter time, for some reason I had to add a little bit more, and I had made it with butter, had to add a little bit more butter in it because for some reason it just wasn't binding the way this is. It just wasn't coming together for me. So it's, you know, I think just keep in mind that if you feel like you have a dough that's not coming together, it's not wet enough, go ahead and add a little bit more ghee or a little bit of more unsalted butter in it. But I cannot specify enough that you got to use unsalted butter. I've had somebody that use the salted butter, and you can really taste the salt, and it's just not worth the time and the amount of price you pay for the ingredients to add the salted butter. So when we come back, we'll see where we are with the color of this Monthar. So it's been about 8 minutes, and look how the color has really changed. Like it's getting more reddish brown, or I would say reddish mustard looking color, and I'm still gonna cook it for another 7 minutes. The more you cook this batter, the better it's gonna be. It's not gonna have the raw taste of the chana flour. So I'm gonna go ahead, give it another 7 minutes. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients and start setting it up. Okay guys, so I want you to see the color. Look at how from pale yellow we have, look at, it's just a mustardy red color. Now this is really, really important that you really want to cook this enough, and it's just, the house smells unbelievable. Like everybody, all the kids are asking me, Mom, what are you making? What are you making? Because whenever you're roasting chickpeas, it's just the scent is just unreal. Really, really, really delicious. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my cardamom powder in here, because I just want to have it cook just a little bit, and the nutmeg. I want it to cook with the ghee and the butter. I feel that, you know, you get the scent just really, really comes out, but just by just cooking it on for even just 30 seconds, and it's just like I can smell all those aromas, and it's just absolutely delicious, delicious. So, okay, all right, so that's it. Now what we're gonna do is go ahead and add our sweet condensed milk in here. And I've had a lot of questions when I was doing my Gujarati video that how long do we cook this mixture for once we put the condensed milk in. We don't have to cook it as much. I will show you just until the mixture comes together. That's it. Because, you know, everything, you know, the flour is roasted really, really well with the ghee, and we won't need to cook it anymore. So basically, we're just going to cook this until the mixture comes together. And I don't want to turn my video off because I really want you guys to see. So we're just going to let this be on the stove for just a little bit longer. And you'll see it's just going to be magic. Look at how it's coming together. See that? And that's how long we're going to keep it on the stove. That's it. We're done. All right, I'm going to shut it off because I think the mixture is going to get dry if we put it on the stove longer. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put it in our tray. And I don't know if you guys can see, but see how it's some of the ghee is already started to ooze out of it. That is an amazing, amazing sign because it's done. So go ahead and put some in here, and I think I'll have to put some in here. Okay. And I forgot to mention one thing, and that was we need to top this off with pistachios. which I grabbed and forgot it in my kitchen, so I'll go grab that. Okay, just gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and set this. I'm gonna come back. You just want to take a nice spoon or whatever you have, a back of a spoon, and just kind of set it so it's even. And yes, you can cut it right away. I usually cut it with a plastic knife. I feel that the mithaii, it works really, really well. So I'm gonna go ahead, finish setting this up. When I come back, we're gonna go ahead and add some pistachios on it. Okay, everybody, see how we have this really nicely set. Just take some time and set it, you know, with back of your spoon really well. And now, since I like nutmeg so much, we'll go ahead and sprinkle some on. Now, if you guys wanna not do this step, you don't have to. I just love nutmeg in sweets. And I'm also going to spread some ilachi on top, or cardamom on top, just like so. So basically, for all those of you who have not tried an Indian fudge, I'm telling you, this stuff is absolutely amazing. All right, so did that. And then here I always buy a big bag of pistachios, and I just put it in a Ziploc freezer bag, and I stick it in the freezer. So times like this, when I need it, it's ready. It's already ground up, and you know, it's not completely ground up, but it's just perfect because it's got some pieces on top. And I'm doing this because I want it to kind of get attached to the monthar, and so when we cut it into strips and serve it, you know, it doesn't fall out. Okay. And it's warm, but I'm still going to go ahead and do a taste test because I love this dessert warm. I just absolutely like it warm. Sometimes, you know, even after it has cooled down completely, just before I eat it, I'm going to go ahead and warm it up in the microwave for just a little bit. Now, I know I told you to cut it with a plastic knife. Unfortunately, you know, when you're doing videos, you know, it's that spur of the moment, and I had no idea that I did not have any plastic spoons at home. So I'm going to use my ceramic knife, which should work just well. So I'm going to go ahead and do my pieces. See, nothing's sticking to the knife here, and you can cut it any way you like. If you want to do diamond shapes, go ahead and do diamond shapes. Actually having guests tonight at home, and this is what I'm going to be serving. So it's a really quick and instant recipe, and we always have chickpea flour at home, and I always have condensed milk at home. So it's such a quick go-to thing for me to make, and it freezes really, really well. So for, you know, all you that, you know, want to make it ahead of time for Eid, also you could just make a whole bunch and put it in the freezer, because it gets pretty hectic in the end and it does get pretty tiring. So you have some mithais already in the freezer. Okay, quickly gonna finish doing that. Okay, I'm trying to look for the smallest possible piece, but I have a good excuse. I can't find the smallest possible piece. Now, obviously my piece is not gonna come out very well right now because it's really warm, but who said you can't do a taste test, right? Oh my God. I'm telling you guys, give this a try. Send me some comments and tell me what you guys think, because this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So thank you for joining me on this episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Hope I can see you here next time with another great video. See you then, friends.